GioVentures.
What's up, GioVentures? One of the biggest questions that we get is what camera do you use in that video?
That's right. So basically, anytime I get comments, I'm always checking around to see what people say, and the big one is always, what camera gear did we use? We didn't start off with this much camera equipment. We started off basic phone. 4 years old, Gio wanted a YouTube channel. We said, why not? We started recording with a phone, but as time went by, we started realizing that there's camera gear that made things a lot easier for editing, capturing better pictures. So we're gonna go over that with you guys today and kind of give you an idea of what cameras we use for certain things and certain videos. So hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe. Check out more videos.
So let's do this.
Okay, so the main camera that we use on our channel, and the reason that we got this camera is just because it's such a great camera, is the camera that we're recording on right now. It's the Sony a7 III. It's a full frame camera, and the main lens that we use is a 16-35 lens. So that's our main camera. We have additional cameras that we've always had off to the side to record different angles and stuff like that, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But each of us has a favorite camera, and the a7 III is my favorite camera by far. Gio's favorite camera is
the GoPro Hero 5 Session.
Here it is. Can you tell why?
Because it is tiny.
I know why that's one of Gio's favorite cameras.
Why?
And it comes in with these things.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this, but these are Hot Wheels cars. Okay, so this Hot Wheels car is usual, like other Hot Wheels cars, but a bit more different. This one holds this camera.
Let's show them how it works.
Yes. So you have to open this. Yep.
So what's great about it is that whenever Gio has the races with his Hot Wheels, he can actually follow the cars that he's racing with this one in particular. So it can record some footage right behind the car, and get some nice B-roll.
And sometimes you can feel like you're in the race. Let's jump into Mom's.
So my favorite camera, and I gotta say I'm a little biased because it's small, but I've always liked small cameras. I like portability.
Me too.
And that would be the RemoveView K1. And that is this one here. Now the RemoveView, the reason I like it is because a couple things. One, it's small, but it also has a gimbal. So when it comes to stability, it's great. It also has a screen you can see while you're filming, and it also has an attachment for a microphone, which is very important when it comes to capturing good audio.
This is another camera. Now this is another one of our favorites,
It's
just
teeny
because
tiny.
it's tiny. It's a tiny little camera.
It's like a little baby camera.
Yeah, this is the Osmo Pocket. Now this is, if you see next to this,
Yeah.
it's a lot smaller. The nice thing about this one, and another reason I know she likes it, is that the battery is removable.
Yep.
And we do have a couple batteries, so you could just take a spare battery with you.
And then if it dies, you just put the next one.
So one of the big things is getting B-roll.
Yes.
Getting B-roll is really important, especially for when you're editing. You always want to have that extra
Yeah,
feeling and the
for like
fun.
the end, for the middle, wherever you want to put it.
Yep, and one of the things that we have used in the past is
B-roll.
drones.
Oh yeah, drones.
We got 4 of them. Now, some are great, some are bulky, but some are small. So depending where we're going, depending if we're traveling, depends on which one we bring. And also restrictions now, of course.
So with the drone, well, now that she brought up the drones, the first drone that we got was the Unique Breeze. Now this is a 4K drone. It's a great little drone. The only problem that this one has is the stabilizer. It only stabilizes on 2 axes rather than the 3. But other than that, this is a great little drone. And if you see some of our older Universal Studios videos where we were flying above hotels and stuff like that, this was the drone that we used for those shots. This is the main drone. This is the one that we used when we went to Las Vegas and we filmed Monster Jam in Orlando, the Harry Potter roller coaster before that opened.
Yep.
And this is the DJ Mavic Air. Great little drone. This one gives you amazing pictures.
Yes.
One thing I've always noticed though, when you are setting up to fly the drone, I think sometimes it takes a little longer. The setup takes a little longer than the actual recording time. So
Yes.
that's one thing you got to consider when it comes to the drones. This is our monster drone, and of course the one that goes with Gio's favorite, GoPro.
This is the GoPro Karma drone. You don't even need to get that close. It's so huge.
It's so big.
I know.
This drone is heavy.
Yes.
It's big. It gives you some amazing footage because it actually, you can put a GoPro in it.
Hey Gio, come on over here. Let me show them the size of the drone so they can see sort of a comparison of how big this drone is. Stand right there. See guys, it's fairly huge and it is very heavy. So
Here's the tiniest drone. This one right here.
okay, so which one is that one? And that is
The-
Gio's favorite drone.
Hello, as we like to call it, the Hello Tele.
Yep.
And
so-
look at the comparison.
Oh yeah.
Are you
Lot like
crazy? This is tiny, and this is huge.
Mhm.
This is like a monster.
Yeah.
Hello.
Now the beauty of this drone is this one you can fly indoors. There's no danger. So, but your image quality is not gonna be that great.
All right, guys. So the next thing we want to talk about is the GoPros. We use them a lot when we go to the parks.
So when we go to the parks, and whenever we want to film on a roller coaster or something like that, you're not allowed to hold any camera in hand. Now that's a safety reason. They don't want you to let this go while you're on a ride.
So they're actually kind of protecting.
So we do have a lot of gear that goes attached where you don't even have to hold it. We have wristbands, we have headgear, and we have chest gear as well.
Right. The main one that we use for the roller coasters is the wrist strap. So it goes around your wrist and around your thumb, and the camera goes secure right here. So when you're holding on the ride, you can still have your camera facing forward. So if you see the video for Everest, we use that. We used it for Test Track.
Yes. That's one of my favorite
I think
rides.
Thunder Mountain too.
Thunder Mountain, we had it.
Quite a few that we have.
Some of the roller coasters in Legoland.
Yeah.
So that's the 6, and then now we got the 7. Now the stability on the 7 is crazy.
So guys, there's one more action camera that we want to talk about. It's the Osmo Action.
So this camera, if you notice, like a lot of the footage that we had when we went on the golf courses the last couple times,
Yes.
this is the camera that we set up right behind the holes, and it recorded all the shots as they were coming in. But one thing I can tell you that I don't know why, but the GoPro batteries, I feel like I'm changing them like once an hour more or less.
Yeah, very often.
So you have to have quite a bit of batteries with you. The Osmo Action battery lasts a long time.
No, but it's good to have, especially when you're running around filming. And I'm sure it's happened to all of us and to you guys who do YouTube as well. A lot of times we're recording, we don't realize something shut off. And that's one of the big things that we run into a lot of times is we're running around with 2-3 cameras, trying to get footage, trying to get B-roll, trying to record each other, selfie shots, and then next thing you know, part of the footage is not even there because the camera shut off. And that's one of the big things, you know, when it comes to filming, is that you have to be constantly paying attention to the cameras and their battery life. So guys, so for events that we can't take detachable lens cameras, one of my favorite has always been the Canon G7X Mark II. It doesn't have a detachable lens, it's small, it's compact, and it films amazing, at least in my opinion. So see how small it is? I mean, even Gio, like, he's been able to record, and it has a nice screen on the back too, where you can see real well.
For a lot of events, they don't allow removable lenses, and we didn't know that the cameras like the A7 III, the Sony A7 III, would not be allowed in the event till we got there. And this was always a backup camera, so once we showed up to the door and security said you're not allowed to bring that camera in. We had to take that camera back to the car, and this is the camera that we had to record with.
Because
so this camera has saved us quite a bit. It's like, so we were able to film the Marvel video and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween video. They weren't allowing cameras with detachable lenses. The G7X Mark II has its advantages, but it does have its disadvantages.
yes,
A couple of disadvantages is that it only records in 1080p.
which is unfortunate.
And the other thing is that it does not have a microphone input.
What?
So
But
when we got the Sony RX7, this is the RX100 Mark 7. The reason that everybody was ranting and raving is because it had finally a compact camera that had a microphone input. So this is hopefully a future upgrade to this.
yes, I hope so.
Now, a few months ago, or a couple months ago, not even a few, I think it's been about a month and a half.
Pretty recent, yeah.
This camera came to the scene and everybody's been ranting and raving about this one.
Yes.
This is the Sony ZV-1. Very, very small camera. And Sony finally added what everybody was asking for, the flip out screen. All their other cameras have had the flip up screen, but they finally added the flip out screen that everybody's been wanting. This one also has the mic input,
Yes.
but unlike this camera that has a mic input, this one does not have a hot shoe, so it doesn't have anywhere to put the camera. This is like Sony's vlogging camera. It comes with a hot shoe.
Yes.
And it's 4K. Now,
I love 4K ones.
we only got it a couple months ago, but one thing we can tell you that it does have a little bit of an issue.
Yep, we realized that
Time for
we were
the
filming.
issues.
Yeah. There's always a con to these things.
There's always at least one issue with the camera.
Yeah.
And this one has a big issue that we've run into. Hopefully it'll be corrected in the future with some software updates or firmware updates.
Okay,
I don't
I don't
know
like
if
the sound of this.
I don't know if this is gonna happen, but go ahead. What was the issue that we had with this camera?
It was overheating.
Quickly.
A lot. And we live in
Quickly
Florida,
and
so-
a lot, which is
Yes.
very bad.
Yeah, we live in Florida. We took this out for one of the golfing videos. I think that's right when we got the camera. And I think we filmed maybe 3 or 4 holes. And it started giving us heat warnings. We updated the settings. We looked online. They said that if you update the settings to high heat, it'll last longer. The camera was burning hot and it said it needed to shut down.
I mean, we were kind of shocked that it did overheat so much. I mean, it was a hot day,
Yes.
but to the point where, we didn't think it should have gotten that hot. I mean, we were only filming for maybe, like half an hour, if that?
Half an hour probably.
And
So for all the Hawaii videos, we use the Sony Handicam. It goes in 4K, which is amazing. I like to pretend to use this. And I also love this one because you can also have your little eye here. One eye. I can't link was the only one eye, unfortunately. There we go. Also, you can pull this out, which gets you a good view. Also,
And like Gio was saying, one of the great things is that it is 4K.
yes.
And then the other beautiful thing, like honestly, out of all these cameras, this is probably the camera that's best equipped. The stabilization is incredible in this camera, even when you're zoomed in. And it has a zoom lens, but the lens does not stick out of the camera. So this is your entire package. It doesn't get bigger than this. This is the whole thing.
yeah, guys, I think even when we recorded, one of the big things that I noticed that was very, very amazing with this camera is that when we went to the Kualoa Ranch, you guys have to check out that video. It's really great. We got really good footage on the tours we took, and let me tell you, those tours were pretty rough.
Bumpy, yeah, they were very
Bumpy and rough. I mean, we were.
But it's like so stable.
That was so stable. I mean, the seats, we were coming off the seats. We had to have seatbelts on and we're still flying off the seats here.
And that thing was like nothing.
Yeah,
it was like staying still.
It just looked like we weren't even on a bumpy road. I mean,
it looked like it was bumpy. It looked bumpy, but then it doesn't feel bumpy to you guys.
I believe we use this camera also in the Disney cruise video.
Yes, we did go on one
We
Disney
actually
cruise. With my first cruise ever.
But this is the camera that we use for the entire cruise, and
it was amazing.
again, it was like it. We do have 2 batteries, but the 2 batteries lasted the entire day.
right.
It was amazing.
And we're using one of the other Sonys. Their stabilization isn't that great, so automatically we have to start thinking of additional equipment, and that's where the gimbals come. We have right now we have 4 gimbals.
We will get more in the future.
I think this is one of the smaller ones we have.
Yeah, this is the Crane M2. Now,
I can hold this.
this is a nice one. This works for the smaller Sonys. So as you see, like if we want to use this camera here, like this is the RX 100 Mark 7. It's a great camera, but the stabilization isn't that great. So in order to stabilize this camera, hold that.
I got it.
In order to stabilize this camera, we would have to use a gimbal like this. Now with this cage that I got, the nice thing is that it comes with a built-in plate. You have to slide it in, and now you have the camera in a gimbal that you can take around, and it'll give you stable. Right now everything is locked up, but
So guys, one of the pros is that it gives you great stabilization. But one of the cons is that you need good strength, like me.
Yeah, it's very, very, very heavy.
this is the smallest one that we have.
Yeah.
The smallest gimbal. So this is for smaller cameras. Now, for a bigger, hold this for a second. For this, that's very, very light. Even Gio can handle that one. But if you're talking about like the Sony A7 III, we have the Weeble Lab. This is an excellent gimbal for that. Believe it or not, guys, this is small for a big camera. So this is not too bad, but this has like the handle on the back, so you can hold the camera with 2 hands. But as you can see, it starts getting very, very bulky. So
And what else? And heavy.
And heavy. This is batteries. This takes balancing, so this is a lot more work. It's like so, and the minute that you change something, if you adjust the lens in or out, then you got to rebalance the gimbal. It's a lot of work. Sometimes it's more work than it's worth.
So guys, what's the most important thing when you have all this camera equipment? Batteries. Here they are.
Yeah, so one of the big things is when you buy any camera is it usually comes with 1 battery.
So you have to buy more.
Exactly, and that's a big thing is that you always have to make sure you make that investment to get that extra battery. I would even say 2.
Well, it depends. Like with the smaller cameras, like the Canon G7X Mark II and the 2 smaller Sonys, they go through batteries quickly.
Right.
So I think I don't leave the house with one of those cameras unless I have 3 or 4 batteries with me.
So guys, now we can show you my dad's favorite camera.
So this is the Sony A7 III. This is my baby. This is the one that we recorded the majority of this video with. It has the hot shoe with the mic built in right here. It's a removable lens. I have it on a little tripod. This is my favorite camera by far. This is like my baby camera. It's like I love this little camera. But as you can see, this is what we're talking about. See how big it is, and like just holding this on my left hand for a little bit, it's heavy. So recording all day with this will start wearing down on your arms, shoulders, and this isn't the most stable camera in the world. So if you want to use this, you're gonna have to use a gimbal with this. So it gets very, very heavy.
Yeah.
So this one 16-35 is a very good lens. We do have an 18-105. That's a crop sensor lens, but that works on the full frame. And that's another thing that I like about the Sony cameras is that you can put full frame lenses, crop lenses, any lens will fit this camera and it'll still work. So
So guys, no matter what camera you're using, you have to have audio. If not, then you lose your audience.
That's
Yeah.
right. I agree.
Audio is probably the biggest thing, like we said earlier.
Audio is audience, pretty much.
Yep.
So guys, we just want to thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed all the info we gave you on the cameras that we use. Like we said, as always, you know what? Like, just use what you got on it, and hopefully we answered your questions on what camera equipment we use.
And if you guys have any other further questions about anything, maybe something that we didn't cover, maybe something that you've noticed, feel free, ask away in the comments. We answer every comment that comes in, so we will get back to you.
So guys, what do you think of the video? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. See ya.
Peace.